Hey YouTube, um, I'm back again with another video. I made you look a little bit like, I just came from court with, my landlord. I know I didn't brief you guys on, what happened to me, how did I end up here, and, um, things of that nature, but I'm going to try to share a little bit with you guys right now so that y'all can, kind of sort of get it. I'm also having a video, like, put together and edited and stuff so y'all can more so understand. But my landlord, who I've been residing at a place for 2.5 years. I actually took the place in the beginning with no rent and agreement. I just paid cash, which was a big mistake on my behalf. And now I'm starting to learn that. I lived there 2.5 years, and about 6 months about 6 months into it, well, close to 8 months into it, the landlord wanted me to leave. Like, he wanted me to leave because I wouldn't cave to his operation. I don't know what he had going on, or he had, like, let's say he had his own vision of what he wanted for his building. It was a brand new building. He had just remodeled it. I'm thinking, like, it's nice. It's like HPD things. When I show you guys it, um, I'm from the neighborhood, so I know what the building used to be, and to see it turn into that now, I thought that it was a good thing, and maybe I should try to get something in there. I had good credit at the time. He posted an ad, and I had went into it, because I have always rented apartments from um, outlets, Craigslist, apartments.com. I've always found my stuff there. So let's say 6 months into it, or whatever the case may be, before 6 months I started to notice things. I started to see him doing illegal conversions. I started to see him putting stoves, refrigerators in the basement, and I was a resident there at the time. I started to see a lot of things that was like, oh no, this is illegal, and he can literally kill people. But I was still, in the time I was moving. I mean, I was working and I was doing other things. So it was like, okay, this is illegal. I'm going to deal with this, but it's going to take me, a little longer. I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to make sure I call who I need to call. I'm going to make sure I do what I need to do to get this, this whole thing, like, figure out what's going on. Give or take, my rent was always high, but I'm saying to myself, like, this should have been rent stabilized, because that's what I thought it was. But I got in 6 months, I realized that this is not rent stabilized. He put up a um impression that it would be, or people would think it is if they didn't do their investigation. So I noticed things like that or whatever. And back like 6 or 8 months into it, a um he decided to send me a letter in the mail stating that I needed to leave. I needed to leave. um Out of the apartment and stuff like that. It wasn't even a rent one, because I was paying my rent legitimately. It was one that it was a holdover case. Like, I just want possession of my apartment. I don't want you there. I don't like whatever. Like, I don't like you. Like, give or take, this landlord is about 33. Okay, like, not old at all. So he was basically running his operation like a young man, and I'm saying, this is grown woman. This is like rent. This is supposed to be stable, sacred. You're not supposed to have cameras. You're not supposed to have in people's apartment. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to come in and out when you want to. But this is all the stuff that a NYPD is allowing him to do. So, you're not supposed to do this and you're not supposed to do that. So he took me to court for a holdover case. The holdover case was like, I don't want anything for you. I just want my apartment back. In that holdover case, I decided to say, no, you're not getting your apartment back. Only the legal way you're going to get your apartment back. So I decided to go to trial with the case. Like, I told him I was not going to move. I decided to go to trial with the case. At the time, I had a legal aid representing me. Being at my legal aid, and I'm not sure, but being at my legal aid that I had at the time wasn't willing to. She told me, "Oh no, he have leases for all these apartments and this ain't there." And I'm like, I live there every day. I experience every day. I'm from the neighborhood, so for you to tell me that, like this and this isn't there. And I'm telling you, like, you just more than likely you don't want to do the work because it's a lot. So I said, okay, I'm gonna represent myself in this case. I decided to become my own lawyer. I signed a waiver for her to, move on, and I decided to represent my own self. In representing my own self, I started to win the case. The case started to flourish. We kept getting the adjourn, adjourn, because I had a lot of evidence to put in. So this case is now going my way, which make his how can I say it, would make his feelings for me even worse. Like back at home, like back at the place of residence, make it even worse at my place of residence. Being I was pursuing him so much in legal court, like, and it wasn't going his way at all. Like black and white didn't matter when it came before. It depends. I guess it depends on what situation or what judge or whatever, but it didn't matter for her. It was like you're wrong, and the case was going my way. Corona came into our lives, and it slowed the situation down a lot, a lot. So at this time, he has the time to conspire something else to try to get me out, whether it's criminal, um, or not. Uh, he know criminal court will have either order protection. They will give you something if you make it seem like I did something. They will give you something to keep me away from my home. But even though with the virus going on and everything like that, it still was like, and I guess I don't know if I look like what he portrayed me to be, but I doubt it very seriously. Because honestly, I've never been in no kind of criminal trouble. I've never been arrested. I've never experienced what I'm experiencing now. Never in life. I never experienced what I'm experiencing now. I never knew a person could just walk over you. Like, I never knew that. Um, Basically, the bigger picture is what he did. Um he basically the day before, all of this happened September the 7th. September the 6th, the police was at my home like maybe 5 or 6 times. 5 or 6 times I called them and I told them. He kept coming in there. I told him, listen, we don't go back to court until October the 9th. The judge is going to figure out what we're going to do here. We're in court. He don't like that. So he he actually came the 5th, and he came the 4th, and oh, you're gonna leave, we're not going back to court no time soon. He came with a guy 9 o'clock at night, but that's another subject for another video. But he came and tried to basically get me